Did you know that according to the National Institute on Aging NIA, up to 70% of men over the age of 60 feel that their inner vitality has significantly decreased, even though they are not suffering from any serious illnesses. You might have wondered why, despite eating well, exercising regularly, does the feeling of health, male confidence, and life energy gradually fade away? Is this just an inevitable part of aging? The answer is not necessarily. In today's video, I will share with you 5 important vitamins that many people over 60 are silently deficient in, leading to hormone imbalances, poor circulation, and a decrease in male vitality, but can easily be restored if supplemented properly. I will tell you real stories of men who seemed to have no chance of coming back. But after just a few weeks of proper care, they felt as though they were rejuvenated from within. If you are over 60, be sure to watch this entire video. It may change the way you take care of your health every day. Which country are you watching from? Please leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on more helpful videos. Coming soon. The first vitamin is vitamin D. Vitamin D is one of the most familiar nutrients, but is often overlooked, especially in men over 60. Many people still think that vitamin D is only related to bone health, but in reality, it is a foundational element in maintaining male hormones, the elasticity of blood vessels, and the ability to regulate vitality within the body. What's worth noting is that many men after retirement continue to live healthily, avoiding smoking, eating a balanced diet, exercising daily, but still feel prolonged fatigue, a decline in spirit, and reduced vitality without understanding why. Mr. Paul's case is a perfect example. He is 67 years old, lives in Florida, and is meticulous about his daily activities, yet he still feels like his body is no longer his own. He describes that every morning when he wakes up, he no longer feels refreshed, and it seems like he has lost part of himself. When he came for an examination, he shared that he used to be an active, energetic person, but now that feeling is gone. After the examination, I requested a vitamin D test. The results showed that his vitamin D level was only 18 nanograms per milliliter. This is extremely low and is even considered dangerous in terms of male hormone metabolism. According to recommendations from the National Institute on Aging, optimal levels for older men should range from 50 to 80 nanograms to ensure stable hormone function and proper blood circulation. What many people don't know is that vitamin D is not just an ordinary vitamin. In the body, it acts like a precursor hormone, helping to regulate testosterone production while also triggering the production of nitric oxide, a molecule that supports vasodilation and regulates blood flow to sensitive areas. When vitamin D is deficient, not only does the immune system weaken, but the circulatory and hormonal systems are also affected. The body becomes sluggish, loses interest, lacks energy, and has a reduced ability to react naturally when needed. After identifying the cause, I recommended that Mr. Paul take 5,000 international units of vitamin D3 daily, along with vitamin K2 to direct calcium to the right places and magnesium to support absorption. After 2 weeks, he reported feeling more energized, sleeping better, and feeling more alert when waking up. By the 4th week, he said he felt like himself again, no longer tired, and his body seemed to have been awakened after a long period of dormancy. His wife even called to thank me, saying that she saw the light in her husband's eyes for the first time in over 10 years. This is not a miracle. This is what happens when the body is provided with the necessary nutrients. Vitamin D not only helps you stand tall, but also helps you live fully with the vitality that lies within you. If you are feeling that you are losing motivation, experiencing unexplained fatigue, or noticing your body becoming more disconnected, you might be lacking vitamin D without even knowing it. A simple test and starting with a daily supplement can open the door to your vitality again. The second vitamin is vitamin B3. Vitamin B3, also known as niacin, is one of the nutrients that directly affect the circulatory system, particularly in areas where good blood flow is essential to maintain vitality in older men. As men reach the age of 60, the blood vessels in the body lose their flexibility, and their elasticity gradually decreases, making blood flow to the organs slower and less effective. This is why many people, despite having good health, begin to feel that their bodies no longer respond as quickly as they used to. I remember the case of Mr. Harold, a 71-year-old man from Arizona. He came in for a checkup with a rather pensive look. After a few minutes of conversation, he sincerely told me that he still wanted to maintain a healthy relationship with his wife, still desired intimacy. But when the time came, his body no longer cooperated. Like before, he felt betrayed by his own body. This caused him to lose confidence, even feeling distant from his spouse. After ruling out cardiovascular and metabolic diseases, I suspected that his circulation might be slowing down without any clear symptoms. Upon further examination, we discovered that his vitamin B3 levels were lower than necessary to maintain natural vasodilation. Few people know that vitamin B3 is one of the substances that can help relax the smooth muscles of blood vessels, allowing blood to circulate more easily throughout the body, including the pelvic area. When blood is delivered to the right places at the right time, a sense of control and the ability to trigger natural reflexes gradually return. I started Mr. Harold on a starting dose of 100 milligrams of vitamin B3 daily, divided into 3 doses, taken with meals to reduce stomach discomfort. After a few days, he began to feel a mild warmth and redness, especially on his face and neck. This is a normal reaction known as niacin flush, and it indicates that the blood vessels are expanding to increase circulation. Once he understood that this was a positive sign, he smiled and said that it had been a long time since he felt his body warming up in the true sense. After about 3 weeks, he felt his limbs more agile, his mind clearer, and his sleep improved. Most importantly, he began to feel in control of his body again, sensing the internal reflexes that he had gradually lost before. According to the American Urological Association, good circulation is a fundamental factor in maintaining male vitality, especially after 60, when bodily functions begin to slow down, however, without the proper nutrients. Many people mistakenly believe that this is just an inevitable sign of aging. In reality, simply restoring the flow of blood circulation can help the body remember how to function as it did before. If you have ever felt that your reactions are slower, lost your sense of control, or experienced cold hands and feet, your body might be quietly reminding you that your circulation needs support. Vitamin B3 is one of the most effective helpers to help you regain a healthy rhythm from within. The third vitamin is vitamin C. Vitamin C is well known for boosting immunity and helping the body fight off colds, but for men over 60, its role is much deeper. As we age, the circulatory and urinary systems begin to slow down, small capillaries become more fragile, and blood flow to the pelvic area is no longer as abundant as before. In this context, vitamin C acts like a dedicated repairman, silently healing the small blood vessels, keeping the vessel walls flexible, and helping to protect a very important substance called nitric oxide. which helps blood vessels dilate and circulate effectively to sensitive areas that men often do not openly discuss. One of the stories that has stayed with me is that of Mr. Thomas, a 69-year-old man from Illinois. He had served in the military, was strict, and rarely shared personal matters. But when he entered the clinic, he frankly mentioned that he felt his body was losing its reflexes. Although he still wanted to maintain a fulfilling marital life, he said he wasn't sick, but it felt like he had become disconnected from himself. After a clinical exam and discussing his diet, I realized that he hardly ate fresh fruits and had very little green vegetables. His daily intake of vitamin C came solely from a multivitamin tablet. This might seem normal, but for older adults, the necessary amount of vitamin C to protect the capillaries and support blood circulation is often higher than that for younger individuals. When deficient, small blood vessels become fragile, vulnerable to free radicals, reducing blood flow to the pelvic area and affecting natural reflexes. I advised him to take vitamin C in smaller doses throughout the day, specifically 500 milligrams divided into 3 to 4 doses with a buffered form to prevent stomach discomfort. After 2 weeks, Mr. Thomas came back and said that he was sleeping better. His skin was brighter, and most importantly, he began to feel connected to his body again. He mentioned that he woke up feeling lighter, as if his body had been awakened from a long sleep. According to research from Harvard Health, vitamin C can help reduce vascular inflammation, protect nitric oxide, and maintain stable blood flow to the pelvic area. If you haven't felt a clear response from your body for a long time, or often feel fatigued, cold hands and feet, or lack focus, vitamin C might be the nutrient your body has been quietly needing every day. The fourth vitamin is vitamin E. Vitamin E is one of the nutrients that is often overlooked by men, especially after the age of 60, when the body begins to show many subtle changes that significantly impact quality of life. If we think of the male endocrine system as an electrical system, vitamin E is the insulation that protects each wire from short circuits or energy loss. The primary role of vitamin E lies in its ability to combat oxidative stress, which is the silent attack of free radicals that damage cells, including endocrine cells and sperm cells. When oxidative stress increases, male hormones are more easily destroyed. Nitric oxide decreases quickly before it can take effect, and reproductive cells become weak and less protected. I once had a patient named Ronald, and 66 years old, a man who had been very strong and independent. But in the past year, he felt himself growing weaker without any clear reason. He described the feeling as if the inner fire was slowly fading. He still loved his wife, but it became increasingly difficult to express it as he once did. Upon examination, I found that his hormone levels were slightly low. His blood circulation was stable, but his entire endocrine system showed signs of prolonged oxidative stress. When I asked about his diet, I learned that he hardly ate any nuts, ate few vegetables, didn't use quality vegetable oils, and rarely took any vitamins. This was the key issue. Vitamin E is abundant in healthy vegetable oils, sunflower seeds, avocados, and almonds. But without sufficient intake, the body lacks the protective layer necessary for the hormonal system. I prescribed Ronald 400 international units of natural vitamin E daily, containing a full range of tocopherols and tocotrienols, combined with meals that included olive oil to enhance absorption. After just 3 weeks, he reported feeling as though there was an invisible protective layer around his body. He no longer felt fatigued upon waking. His mood was more stable, and he wasn't as irritable as before. The most encouraging part was that he said his connection with his wife was gradually returning, not through specific actions, but through the desire to be close, to share, and to slow down, to enjoy life. This is what vitamin E brings. It doesn't make a loud entrance or create sudden changes, but rather it nurtures the ability to truly live and feel from within. According to Dr. Abraham Morgentaler, a male endocrinologist at Harvard Medical School, vitamin E not only helps protect testosterone from being broken down too soon, but also keeps reproductive cells stable, thus maintaining the internal vitality of older men. If you are someone who rarely eats nuts, does not supplement with healthy fats, or have gone through a period of unexplained prolonged fatigue, it's possible that your body has quietly been needing vitamin E every day to rebalance your hormone system and regain the stability you once had. A body that isn't protected will easily deteriorate without warning. But with the right care, everything can gradually recover, little by little, just like light returning after the mist. The fifth vitamin is B complex. Many men over the age of 60 visit the clinic not because of obvious illness, but due to a vague feeling that is hard to define. They no longer feel excited about life. Don't react quickly to familiar emotions and sometimes lose connection with their own bodies. One of them was Mr. Greg, 72 years old, a former literature teacher who was affectionate and devoted to his wife and children. But recently, he felt like a shadow of himself. His body still worked. He could still laugh and talk, but everything felt empty. He said it felt like the connection between his heart and body had loosened, and the things that once brought him joy had now become duties. As I listened to him, I thought about the nervous system, not the usual reflex system, but the deep sensory network that controls excitement, sharpness, and the connection between the brain and the body's sensitive areas. I began checking his levels of B vitamins, especially B6, B12, and folate. The results showed that Mr. Greg was deficient in all three of these important vitamins. This is a common issue in older adults due to the decreased ability to absorb nutrients over time, especially when the stomach no longer produces enough digestive enzymes. Vitamin B12 plays a crucial role in maintaining the protective layer around nerves, ensuring that signals from the brain to sensory areas are not delayed or distorted. When B12 is deficient, people often experience numbness, poor reflexes, and a dull sensation. Vitamin B6 helps the body produce dopamine and serotonin, the two chemicals that create excitement and pleasure in life. A deficiency in B6 can lead to apathy, fatigue, and a loss of motivation. Folate, or B9, is involved in red blood cell production, helping deliver oxygen to the brain and pelvic areas, maintaining alertness and sharpness when the body needs to respond. After discovering the issue, I recommended that Mr. Greg take a B complex supplement daily, containing 50 milligrams of B6, 1,000 micrograms of methylated B12, and 800 micrograms of folate in an easily absorbed form. After just 1 month, he came back looking refreshed, saying that he was starting to dream in color again after years of having only blurry dreams. He shared that he woke up in the morning with a clearer mind, and the feeling of having a hot cup of tea was more enjoyable and meaningful than before. Most importantly, he said he felt like hugging his wife more, not out of obligation, but because of a natural urge from within. According to research from the Journal of Urology, A deficiency in B complex vitamins can significantly impair the ability to sense and control the pelvic nervous system, even when circulation and hormones are still normal. If you have ever felt like your body is slowing down, no longer responsive to everyday signals, or lost emotion in intimate moments, it's possible that your body needs to reconnect with these seemingly small vitamins. If you have made it to this point, it means that you are not only concerned about your health, but also truly want to regain vitality, stability, and a sense of control over your body after the age of 60. The good news is that you are not alone on this journey. Many men have started with the smallest steps, taking a vitamin every morning, having a meal rich in vegetables, or spending a few minutes in the sun before breakfast. And from these seemingly simple habits, they gradually feel the recovery coming from within, without the need for medications or complex therapies, just persistence and trust in the body's self-healing mechanism. As you've seen, each vitamin shared in today's video has a distinct role, but when combined, they create a complete system that nourishes male hormones, blood circulation, the nervous system, and natural vitality in older men. Vitamin D helps awaken dormant hormones. Vitamin B3 paves the way for full blood flow. Vitamin C repairs and strengthens small blood vessels. Vitamin E protects reproductive glands and hormones from oxidation. And B complex awakens the sensory system and connects the brain to the body. Don't wait until it's too late to care for your health. You can start today with the simplest of actions. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment sharing your age or the country you live in. Who knows? Your story might inspire someone else who is also on the journey of rediscovering themselves.